Order accepted. Thank you. Take care of yourself, Sam.
for you, Sam.
Thank you, Kyle. This one's for you. Thanks for the help. Came in handy. Thank you kindly. Came in handy. Thank you kindly.
credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds. Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Now entering chiral network coverage. Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Gotcha. That's the way. Fuck that one. Gotcha.
Grenades and toss it down its throat.
Feels good. That one. Snag. That's the way. You're mine.
Sam, hey there, buddy. Was hoping I'd get to see you. It's me. Don't act like you've forgotten. Well, you didn't think it was Igor, did you? Anyway, guess I better process that cargo of yours. Superb delivery, as always. Good stuff. I tip my hat to you, sir. This delivery is courtesy of you? You just can't help but pitch in, can you, Sam? Thank you. I don't even know how many times you've come to my rescue, Sam. All right, it's time for you to do you-know-what.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
You're a real lifesaver, you know? I'm guessing you saw the tar lake out west of here, yeah? That's where the settlement known as Lakeside Fort Knott used to be. Whole place got wiped clean off the map by a void out. And since that day, the tar's been eating away at this facility. Some weirdness with the currents, or at least that's what folks are saying. But with the stuff you just brought me, I might just be able to keep the tar corrosion at bay. Finally. I've shared some data with you as well. Feast your eyes on these grenade launcher and cargo catapult schematics, both new and improved designs. You'll find they're a damn sight better than stuff you used to use back in the UCA. Recently, folks living here have been talking about this group of guys in red they saw creeping around. Got something to do with Higgs, more likely than not. One more thing that's had us worried these days. But now that you're here, I think we can all finally take a breath. Before I forget, got a new suit design to give you as a gift. One favored by a prepper back in the UCA, as you may recall. Try it on for size, why don't you? Well, the grenade launcher has been configured to fire MP shells. Human, mech, BT, doesn't matter. You can use it against all types of enemies. Now, the cargo catapult still does exactly what you'd expect. Lets you fling containers to the tops of mountains and whatnot. However, you can now also use catapults to launch certain throwable weapons as projectiles. After launching a payload, you can use a catapult pod's integrated camera to tweak trajectory and aim for a specific point of impact. It's a way of attacking targets in hostile areas from a good, safe distance. Pretty cool, right? This stuff will come in handy, I'm sure of it. It happened sometime after I arrived with one of the early expeditions. The giant BT showed up, made contact with the resident, and boom, void out. Same old story. Massive void outs happen in the UCA too, remember? Or maybe you don't. Chiral network coverage was somehow unaffected, but unfortunately, thousands of people were caught in the explosion. And you know, every time this happens, I can't help but think about Igor. Something like that. I suspect it was a squad of ghost mechs myself. I heard about you shutting down that weapons factory, but arms and ammo are still finding their ways into the hands of bad guys, aren't they? So Higgs is still stirring up trouble behind the scenes, I presume. We're attempting to develop methods to help folks put a stop to his activities. And the weapon data we shared with you is one of the products of our efforts. I tell you, a world where we don't need these damn things can't come soon enough. But on the bright side, we at least have some researchers who are based at Lakeside Fort Knott helping us out here. And if you're up for it, maybe you can help us with our work too. This is just how it went down back in the UCA. We think we were done for. Then the man who delivers shows up. The truth is, you're the reason I volunteered for the advanced expedition. The reason I was able to keep going. I figured if I did, I might get a chance to see you again. That BB pod you're carrying is different than I remember. Doesn't have my brother's keepsake attached anymore either. But hey, life's not just about things. Promise me you'll never forget Igor, Sam. He's gone, but he still feels so close, you know? Sorry. We should probably talk about work. An order with your name on it just came in. A request from a guy not far from here who spends his days fishing in the tar. Come to think of it, I believe he's one of the precious few survivors of the Lakeside Fort Knott void out. It's filed under suborders on the delivery terminal here. Take a gander, see what you think. Right. I'll leave you to it. Keep on keeping on.
Fine work as always, Sam. Now come back to this ship and get some rest. Also, we've identified what may be a Ghost Mech outpost. I'd like you on standby. Your next order might be a dangerous one.
As good as new to me.
Take care of yourself. Order accepted. Thank you. Perhaps you should take a break.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
I'm not sensing any BTs nearby. Let's move quickly and grab the cargo. Sam, did you hear that? Sounded like a creature of some sort.
Thank you kindly. This one's for you. Patched up and good to go. As good as new to me. Gotcha. Must have been further now.
You got it back for me. You really went out and recovered every last container. Right. Give me just a moment to check the damage. This delivery is in great condition. I'm genuinely surprised. Thank you so much. Really. All right, use your Cupid to put me on the network.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
So, you've hooked me up. Cheers for that. The network should help me continue my pursuit of the Lord. Yeah, him. I wager you've heard him sing out by the Tar Lake, haven't you? Private fella, rarely shows his face, but when he does appear again, it'll be a bloody catastrophe. On a scale of what happened to Lakeside Fort Knott. Catch my drift? But it's my hope that the cargo you've hauled over here will prevent anything like that. So, thanks again, Sam. Oh, and the data I shared with you is for a remote detonation grenade launcher. Humans, mechs, BTs, It's good against them all. Something tells me you're gonna need it real soon. After firing a grenade, you can use a switch on the launcher to detonate the shell manually. Timing is everything when you're in the middle of a fight, but you can also use this function to set up traps in advance from a safe distance. Comes in quite handy for me when I need to drive off nosy chiral creatures. You should experiment with it. The Lord of the Tar Lake, a monstrous fish, legendary round these parts. I went out with some mates of mine to try and finally catch the bastard, which is how we learned we weren't dealing with a fish at all. It's a giant BT. In fact, it used to be a pair of giant BTs, and one of them was responsible for the void out that reduced Lakeside Fort Knott to a smoking crater. Our ship went down in the chaos. My mates went down with it. I was the only survivor. Couldn't tell you how I got away from the wreck. Don't remember a thing. I woke up in the company of those twins. They're the ones who saved my life. But don't think that's the end of the story. I can still hear the Lord singing, the other BT. It's still out there. And we've got to do whatever it takes to kill it. The cargo you brought me from our ship is just the thing we need to track it down. I'll be conducting a detailed investigation. And when I've got a lead on its whereabouts, I hope I can count on your help. Cheers for the help. Really. The Lord of the Tar Lake is a threat we can't afford to ignore. It's a catastrophe waiting to happen. So I will need your assistance in the future. It's not the kind of enemy I can take on alone. I'll update you when I know more. Until then, stay safe and stay in touch, mate.
Order completed. Well done.
Thanks for the help, as always. Just need to bring up the order details. Good for you, getting this cargo here. I've been making progress in my work thanks to you. Let me give you a little something in return. You need more materials, am I right? Then let's increase your allocation.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
It's a cargo cover designed for use with a backpack like yours. You can use it to protect your deliveries from the degradation caused by timefall. And if you happen to take a bit of a tumble, it'll prevent your cargo from falling out of your backpack as well. Of course, there's a limit to how much cargo you can shield with it. And important pieces take priority, obviously. No doubt you'll have plenty of those, so be sure to use the cover to protect them. And just so you know, I'm making progress in my investigation into the Lord of the Tar Lake. I've finally been able to access the observational records from that cargo you went out and recovered for me. It seems the Lord doesn't usually emerge from the depths for one and all to see. I'll review the historical data on hand and try to determine what, if anything, might prompt him to reveal himself. Thanks again for your help, and be safe.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
See you guys at 5. Hope you're not working late just because of me. I'll get on the order check. How in the hell did you accomplish this? That's superhuman strength. I've been waiting forever for this cargo to show. I have something you'll love. A gift I was able to prepare all because of you. You need more materials, am I right? Then let's increase your allocation.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
It's a lightweight remote detonation grenade launcher. Can be stored as an S-sized piece of cargo if needed, which means you can clip it to your shoulders or hips in a pinch. So even if you ditch your pack, you can easily carry the launcher. Makes it all the more appealing, as I'm sure you'll agree. You've done so much to help support my hunt for the Lord. I know now that it's a giant BT. There are reports of these giant BTs appearing when a catcher or hunter's got its mitts on a human, or when a high-level doom sufferer leverages their powers to summon one. But none of that tallies with the Lord's recorded sightings. There has to be some other factor that causes it to appear. And my next objective is to identify what that factor is. I hope I can continue to count on your help. You take care now.
Okay. Feels good.
Doesn't look too pretty outside. Appreciate you working in this weather. Wait a sec while I check the order details. say, Sam, you really are the best. Bringing me deliveries in such great condition. You've been a true friend, Sam. And that's why I want you to have these. I'm increasing the materials allocation for you. You'll find that there's a good amount set aside just for your use.
Now display your current porter grade.
Absolute boots are sturdy as hell and boast exceptional grip. They also excel at absorbing impacts, so you ought to take less damage when landing from a long fall. You might find them a bit heavy though, so try them on for size first. I hope you get a kick out of them, if you know what I mean. So you know, we're thinking of making some improvements to existing weapon systems. Feel free to lend us a hand if you're interested.
Patched up and good to go.
Take care of yourselves.
Sam.
Yeah. Nice.
Sam, based on our latest assessment, we know where the Ghost Mech base can be found. When you're ready, access the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal and accept this main order. I'll brief you on the details after that.
It would seem that tomorrow's grown more adept at wielding her powers. All that practice manipulating the temporal properties of apples has helped her to gradually refine her technique. And now she can treat you to the literal fruits of her labor, perfectly ripened ones, no less. I heard what Victor Frank said about your BB pod. You used to have a different keychain attached to it in the past? Igor. Ah, yes. The corpse disposal team member that was caught in the void out with you that time. I see now. The keychain was a memento to remember him by. I've been mulling over the words Victor said to you earlier. He's gone, but he still feels so close. There's a universal truth in that sentiment. The closer we are to people when they're alive, the stronger the bond we forge with them in our hearts. No matter how much time passes, I still feel her presence. My daughters. No doubt you feel the same about Lou. One day, Sam, when you have a moment to spare, I'd like to tell you about my daughter and the strange events that changed the course of our fates. Apropos of nothing, the times we've encountered Neil Vana. The first was amidst flames, and the second was in what seemed to be flood-ravaged ruins. Now, I believe that you were previously transported to a realm not unlike a battlefield. The places we found ourselves in are similar in that they were the sites of disasters. This is just a theory, but it could be the case that what we've seen is a reflection of Neil's mental state. He may have been a first-hand witness to a terrible tragedy which left a lasting mark on him.
You're wearing my scarf. You're wearing my scarf.
You saw his face too, didn't you? Mm-hmm. It was him, Neil Vana, I'm certain of it. That clearly wasn't a memory of yours. Was it some thought of Lou's, lingering in the pod? Hold on. Lou was assigned BB-28 serial number 4 years ago. But Vanna died in a void out 11 years ago. It doesn't add up.
Meaning what? That it was his memory we just saw?
He and Lou must be connected. But how?
Sam, the data you secured for us at the weapons factory earlier has proven invaluable. With it, we were able to continue our investigation and succeed in locating fabricators with similar specifications. I'll brief you in depth as you review the map. Accept this main order from the delivery terminal in order to proceed. Okay, Sam. The facility we've identified is here. An abandoned factory south of the F5 East Distribution Center. There are operational fabricators inside. More than you had to deal with for the previous order, in fact. And to make matters worse, it seems these ones are configured to produce ghost mechs. Higgs is likely pulling the strings at this factory too. So with that in mind, your main objective is as follows. Eliminate both the Ghost Mech fabricators and any hostiles you encounter on site. In addition, each fabricator contains vital data that we need you to retrieve and deliver to the Magellan. By analyzing it, we hope to gain insight into Higgs's activities and future plans. Tarman will give you the device you'll need to extract the data before you head out. For now, consider the route you wish to take.
Sam, you'll need to take this ring terminal expansion device with you again. Make sure it's in your possession whenever you attempt to access a Ghost Mech fabricator on site. If you have it with you, it'll automatically extract data from the fabricator terminal while simultaneously destroying it. Once you've disabled all fabricators, return to the Magellan with the device and submit it for processing. We'll handle the analysis on our end like last time. Remember that it contains special components that can't be reproduced by printers. Take every precaution to ensure you don't break it.
Feels good.
feeling about this. Like something seriously big is waiting for us. Stay on your guard and proceed with caution. See now. They build ghost mechs in this facility. Fabricators appear to have been activated. This could get very bad very quickly. We need to destroy them as soon as possible. fabricator to worry about, and we've secured its data too. There should be 3 fabricators remaining. To keep the ring terminal expansion device safe and proceed to the next one. Is that the last of them? Right. All ghost mechs have been eliminated. Now, to deal with the fabricators. Use your ring terminal expansion device to hack into the fabricator terminals. Only 2 more fabricators left to disable. Let's move. More fabricator to go. Fabricators have been destroyed. All that remains is to take the ring terminal expansion device with the extracted data back to the DHV Magellan for processing.
It's good to have you back, Sam. Now, let's take a look at the cargo you've brought us. This cargo is in perfect condition. Great job. Tarman should have no trouble analyzing this.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Our analysis of the data you extracted for us has yielded detailed records of deliveries to the factory. It seems both the materials used to manufacture those ghost mechs and the routes used to transport said materials were the same as those utilized by ePeak. This indicates that ePeak was likely involved in the production of these mechs.
Wait, could this possibly mean that Higgs and ePeak are working together? We should watch what we say around the President.
We'll need to proceed carefully with our investigation. If ePeak and the President did indeed have a hand in these activities, the security of our operations is entirely compromised. One more thing, Sam. Some of the data we received concerned ghost mechs outfitted with rocket launchers. I realize you didn't encounter this type within the factory, but it's possible Higgs may have already deployed them elsewhere. We need to prepare countermeasures for the DHV Magellan with all due haste. There's a specialist who can help us in South Fort Knott, just beyond this mountain. Putting F6 on the grid is one of our objectives anyway. For now, we'll make preparations in an effort to secure his cooperation. You should head to your private room and try to get some rest before your next order is ready. And Sam, good work.
Hi there. Thanks for coming at this late hour. Hang on while I check the terminal. No, this is something I didn't think I'd ever get back. Guess I was too quick to give up hope. You've really helped me with my research. Here's a little something as thanks. Wow, I've never seen so much cargo in one place. I am so grateful for your help. The strides I've made in my research wouldn't have been possible without you. I've increased your materials allocation again. I'm sure you'll be able to put them to good use.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I have something I'd like to give you. I hope it's to your liking. Just had to surprise me with this of all things. Thank you. I really missed it. These days, Sam, I can't even imagine getting work done without your assistance. I've prepared a special gift for this occasion that I hope you'll appreciate.
Hey, Sam. You're looking well. Your assistance is appreciated, as always. I'll process the orders right away. Wait, is that what I think it is? I can't believe my eyes! I want you to know how grateful I am. I've made great strides in my research, and I owe it all to you. Please accept this as thanks. Wait, is that what I think it is? I can't believe my eyes! Sam, you're the reason I've been able to keep going. It's hard for me to put into words, but hopefully this gift says it all.
Hey there, Sam. Doing well? Right. Let's see about those orders. That's a lot of cargo. You did well to bring it all here. You've come through for me time and time again, Sam. And I couldn't be more grateful, as I hope this little offering shows.
We appreciate the help. Just bringing up the orders now. Shouldn't take long. I sometimes forget just how much work you've done for us. But the records tell the tale. You're our go-to guy. With your help, research has been trucking along, and we've developed something you might find useful.
You're looking good, Sam. Let's see about those orders then. Excellent work, Sam. I don't think I see even a single mark on this cargo. Where in the hell did this wayward thing turn up? Oh, shit. You just made my day. Feels like you're always bailing me out, Sam. Let me give you this.
There you are. Did you see my post on the SSS? Concerning rumor is doing the rounds. There's a chance someone might be hurt. So I'm pouring all my energy into getting to the bottom of it. I apologize in advance for being AWOL over the next little while. This work demands focus. And again, if you were willing to lend a hand, we'd probably figure this thing out way faster. If you're interested, you'll find the details by checking the suborders on this delivery terminal.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Hear that voice just now? Where did it come from? Was actually a lyre bird. the source of our mysterious voice. Well, let's take it where it needs to go.
You got to the bottom of things, have you? Let me review the order. Long last, we meet the mysterious voice. A healthy lyrebird. You took excellent care of our new friend. You've helped me solve a fascinating mystery. Here's a little something to say thanks. Just so you know, I've decided to increase the amount of materials you can withdraw from here.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
A superb lyrebird. Never would have guessed. Well, at least there was no one in need of help. As for the phantom gas grenade schematic I've shared, it's a highly effective weapon that can be used to disorient human targets. Exposure results in temporary visual and oral impairment, putting hostiles out of action for a while. The perfect tool for sowing chaos in enemy ranks in order to avoid a fight. Keeping quiet, mostly. Settled down somewhat. Seems like an old injury is what prevented it from getting around on its own. Lyrebirds are adept at imitating human speech, but this one's talents are on a whole other level. Thinking I might entrust it to the animal shelter once it's recovered. And I expect I'll be asking you for help when the time comes. In any case, I'll get in touch via the SSS after I've made arrangements with the staff there. On detonation, the grenade releases a gas infused with tar particles. When inhaled, it induces a separation of car and tar as your soul is temporarily drawn towards the other side. The afflicted are powerless to act naturally. Won't work on doomed sufferers, though. They're immune. To reiterate, the effect is temporary and does no permanent damage. I have to thank you again. Your work was exceptional. I'll be sure to reach out to you through the SSS when I need assistance in the future. There's no shortage of intriguing rumors I'd like to investigate further. See you around, mate.
Order completed. Well done.